Hello, my name's Andy Strickland. I'm an immigration attorney here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I've been practicing immigration law about 10 years. My practice is solely limited to immigration law. I do many aspects of immigration law, from fiancé visas, spousal petitions, citizenship, investors visas, deportation defense, bond applications. So just about everything immigration related I do. Now, my practice is solely limited to immigration law, and like I said, I've been doing this for right around 10 years. Today what we'll briefly talk about is if you're detained. What's going to happen after you're detained? If you're arrested or detained by an immigration officer, an immigration agent, what should you do? Well, first of all, you have the right to remain silent. If you're being detained for some reason, that means that they want you for some reason. And if they want you for some reason, that means they want you to talk to them. And guess what? By talking to them doesn't necessarily mean that they'll release you. If anything, by talking to them, everything you say would probably be used against you. You are under no obligation to speak to an immigration officer after you've been detained, okay? Those immigration officers, they have a job to do, all right? And their job is not to make your life in the United States any easier. Their job is to enforce our immigration laws. And so if you are in the United States without authorization, or you've committed a deportable offense, then their job is to detain you. And if you're detained, you are under no obligation to speak to them, to give them any information at all. You also have a right to contact a family member, contact an attorney. If you're detained, contact an immigration attorney. Many times immigration attorneys work with criminal attorneys. This is an area where state criminal law and federal immigration law sometimes go together. So if you're detained by ICE by just being here in the United States illegally, contact an immigration attorney. You may be eligible for bond either by directly through ICE, or if ICE does not want to give you a bond, then an immigration judge might be able to give you a bond. But if you're arrested by the localities, so a local jurisdiction like your local police department, and then they communicate to ICE, it's a little different procedure. If you're arrested on a state offense, after you're arrested on the state offense, the local authorities can communicate to ICE, and then ICE can put something called a detainer on you. And so in that particular case, what I would do is I would pay the local bond. By paying the local bond, you will not be released until the detainer, the ICE detainer, is addressed. But by paying the local bond, it forces the issue with ICE, because after you pay the local bond, if ICE has a detainer on your case, after you pay the local bond, they have about 48, 72 hours to decide whether they're going to release you, or whether they're going to give you a bond, or whether they're going to transfer you to another immigration facility. So by paying the state bond, by paying the local criminal bond, it forces the immigration issue with ICE. If there's an immigration detainer on you, contact an immigration attorney so the immigration attorney can deal with ICE, and then eventually deal with the immigration judge to file a motion for bond to have you released. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. I'd be happy to help. I'd be happy to give you specific advice, specific immigration advice on your specific case. Thank you.